So the gate's up, the trap's built, the gate's up, everything's in place. So we're ready to start attempting to trap. So we put out a bunch of corn. I think we had over 100 pounds of corn. Some of it had been marinating and rotting. Some of it was fresh corn. But we put out over 100 pounds of corn, get everything set up, ready to go. And then it's time to just sit back and monitor the trail cameras. That night we got 318 there. You can see pictures. The hogs are starting to come in. Unfortunately, I was on duty to monitor the trail camera that night, and I did not hear my phone going off. I woke up around 5 o'clock or so and saw these pictures and thought, man, what a missed opportunity.
Man, yeah, we ended up getting the whole sounder that we had seen on trail cameras the days before leading up to this event. And we had them all in there at one time and actually missed on the trigger. But I do think it's interesting, though, Jeff, if you watch that spotted boar that's kind of hanging outside the gate there, his behavior. He didn't really want to come in and was really hanging back, but then after a while gets comfortable. And as you can see here in the next couple pictures, I mean, he just works its way right up to the front of the camera and back into the lead of the pack here.
Well, who can resist that much corn? And we're happy for second chances. You see here at 5:49, they show back up. I'm awake this time. We drop the gate on them, and you can see that they don't panic. They just continue eating. It was quiet. They try to leave and then get confused on which way is the way out because the gate's dropped.
But they go right back to eating. Never missed a beat.
They weren't too worried about it because there was still food for them.
I think it's interesting too, Jeff. You hear the pigs banging on the gate, making some noise. That's why it's really important to have your T-posts no more than 4 feet apart, because they'll test it for sure.
They definitely were testing the construction skills of the pen, but it held up. It's recommended to put T-post every 4 feet, and you can hear why, because they'll be running into the fence trying to get out. And if there was anything outside of the pen, I definitely don't think it spooked them, because the ones inside the pen didn't get spooked.
All right, so when we arrived on site, you jumped out, got your thermal camera to kind of check around, see if we had any stragglers outside of the gate. Didn't look like we really saw anybody else. Everything was pretty much contained in the gate. You noticed, though, that they were really paying attention to us as we were starting to drive the trucks down to the pen, getting a little bit of anxiety built up.
Well, not too much, because some of them had to stop and get another bite to eat. These aren't the biggest pigs, but they can definitely cause damage. And that's why some of them were able to get away, because they were so small, they were able to climb through the fence. Even though the squares were smaller at the bottom, they went just high enough on the fence to get through it, and they had to work to get through it, but they managed to get through it.
We actually got the pen reset. We got all the waste scooped out, threw in a little more corn, and got the gate back up and cameras battery back up, and we were ready in case they return, since we were still missing, 4 or 5 of the original sounder that we saw in there.
It's a good sight. Dead pigs on the tailgate. So we think we had the rest of the sounder come back that night. 5 pigs in the trap. We dropped the gate. We had equipment malfunction. We didn't know it at the time, but we get up there. The gate was still up. No pigs in sight. While we were there setting it back up, we heard 2 gunshots off in the distance, but not that far away. And take in mind, this is about 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. So we imagine that they are shooting at pigs. And the neighbors were adamant about getting rid of the pigs as well. We continued to monitor the pen for 7 days and nights and did not have any more pigs return. So we feel pretty good that we got, between us and the neighbors, the whole sounder is removed.
Hey, thanks for coming along and watching Operation PigPen with us in this series. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you like to live the outdoors on the front row. Thanks for watching JB Outdoors.